I should be live. Let me just plug in my headset so I could actually see if the sound's alright. Give me a sec. One sec here. Just listen. Sec here. Okay, so the sound's good. Alright. Happy Sunday, everybody. It's going to be a rainy day where I live, or somewhat rainy. Let's move that up a bit. What's going I don't know how to say your name. I'm not going to butcher it, but hello, good morning. What's the problem with the UDM Pro? What's going on, Paul? So the problem with the UDM Pro that I was having, so the initial thing, and I said this in my last broadcast, and I might have said it, let me pause this actually. I might have said it in the video as well. So when you connect your WAN, it takes about a half hour to actually boot up. Or it doesn't connect at all to the internet. So you have to actually SSH into your UDM Pro, which isn't a big deal. Ping, google.ca and do an NS lookup. And how's it going, Jerry? And then you know that, it's actually working. You're connected to your WAN. Your settings are right. Specifically if you're adding a static IP address. So we got past those issues. And then all of a sudden, the last few days, my APs kept disconnecting. And they would not reconnect at all. So I did hard resets on them, and then you know what? I just gave up at that point. I'm gonna redo my UDM Pro. Right now I have it powered off. I reset it completely. Oh, I haven't got back to you, have I? I'm running the newest version. Yeah, so they're in like a permanent disconnect, right? So they're in a permanent disconnect state. And it's just driving me nuts. So I just rebooted reset the whole UDM Pro. I went back to my Cloud Key Gen 2 and USG. Right away, the APs came up. So I don't know what's going on. Yeah, Jerry, I'll get back to you. Sorry, I've been extremely busy. Let me just write that in a note. Jerry. Email, okay. Using VLANs on Wi-Fi. Yeah, I was. So I don't know what I have right now. Let me take a look. So this is kind of like, I don't even, what is my, okay. Honestly, I don't even know what I have set up right now because I had to do some work for a couple people in the States and I needed a network connection. So I just threw together a brand new build as quickly as possible. So let me log in. I should be using VLANs, I would assume. Where's my authentication? If this even logs me in. Let's just wait a sec. Where is my live dashboard? Hold on, I just gotta pop the chat out. Put it over here. What's going on? EvoSac? Yeah, I don't know what the newest version was, Paul. I think it must have been 1.7. Whatever the newest version is, I would update it to that. Let me just see where's my why. Okay, so here we go. From New Jersey, how's it going? Alonzo Smith. Run without VLANs? Well, I don't want to run without VLANs though because I want to separate my traffic, right? I don't want to have my guest traffic on the same place as my admin. Just one sec. And honestly, I don't know what this is. This always shows up, this element whatever. I gotta bring that up and look through some forums because that always pops up. Let me just see. Yeah, so I have a guest, just guest Wi-Fi. No one's on it right now. I literally just set this up on the fly and then admin for whoever and then Dolores that I have a bunch of Wi-Fi things connected to this SSID. So if I don't bring this back up with the same password, those cameras and stuff will go down. Element is for home plugs. Oh, really? Huh. Well, I don't have any of that, so I'm surprised that's showing up. Okay. I'll take a look at that after. I've never actually looked at that. What is it? Yeah, home plugs. Because every time I create something, it comes up. I haven't looked into it that much. The element SIC. For example, adopting the US... Yeah, so the USP plug, that doesn't come... I can't get it in the Canadian store. Let me take a look. USP-plug. Oops. I want to get it though, actually for one of my clients. Let me see. Yeah, so that's the US store. How's it going, The Last Dragon? From Sweden. Yeah, so I don't think you could get the plug here in Canada, which is a shame. Like, I would really love to get it. And if I keep having issues with the Pro, the US or UDM Pro, I don't know what I'm going to switch to. In a few videos, I'm going to be doing some pfsense stuff. From Poland. Perfect. Anybody from Canada? I don't think I have a lot of Canadian viewers, which is fine. Like when you go and look at the analytics, it's primarily the United States and the EU. But yeah, I wish they would sell a couple more things within the Canadian store. I'm sure I wonder if I could even order that off Amazon. Let's go see. What was the ID again? USB plug. See, it doesn't even show up here. I'd have to... I have this one client where their ISP always cuts out, and then once they do a reboot, it's fine. So that would be a perfect device for that. Louisiana. I'd like to come to Louisiana. I love Unifi as well. Like, don't get me wrong. The issues that I've been having with the UDM Pro, you know, it's probably just the learning curve. It's a new device too, right? So they're going to have some bugs in it. I'm not going to get rid of it, but I'm going to... I might just put it on the sideline for now and get a higher end netgate or netgate pfsense. I have an SG 1100 right now. It's all right, but I don't think it does a full gig throughput. From Phoenix, how's it going, Mike? Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I want to try. Unfortunately, it all costs quite a bit of money, right? After factory reset, you should... So I did factory resets on them about... God, I don't even know how many times. Probably like 8 times. And they would just... I can't really show you. Let's see if they have pictures in Google. Unifi AP disconnected. It's just like your normal. It shows up in red, right? I don't think I'm going to be able to... I should have actually just made a video of it. If it happens again, I'll do that, but... So I only have one UAP-AC light, and then I have a bunch of UAPs, which the UAPs are super old. So if those didn't work, you know, whatever. They're like probably a decade old. But the UAP light should have worked. I have all unified switches. Want a device for routing. You want a unified device for routing. Okay, so I would do the... It depends on your budget, right? I would do the... Where's routing? I don't know. The USG is good if you're... But if you're putting on threat management in that, it drops it down to 85 megabits per second. So you would want to go something with the Unifi Security Gateway Pro. So that's 400 bucks Canadian, which isn't bad. All my switches work fine, but your APs disconnect. What are you using? Oh, so you're using the UDM Pro as well? It could be put... Yeah, that's true. Did you plug the APs directly into the... No. Okay, so how I did it, let's... I don't know if I have a topology of it, actually. I have so much crap on my desktop. Stream name. No, I don't. Let me just open a Paint. It's not gonna make... It's really not that big of a network. It's just a lab network, right? So there's my ISP. Here's my UDM Pro. ISP to my WAN port. It was just the copper port. And then I have a 24 US 24 non-PoE, and then there's just a fiber optic link going between them. And then I have a little a 60 watt 8 port Unifi switch that I connect through there too. So the last 4 ports on here, they're PoE, and then that's what I would have connected the access point to. APs to US 24 and US 24 to... So is your US 24 PoE though? The US, I don't know if they have different models or if the US 24 is just... where did that go? I guess you could get the US 24 in different wattage as well. Yeah, you know what? It could. So I'm also actually, let me go grab one. One sec. So I'm also using these. I don't know. Some of you might have seen my video about my rack build, but I'm using these slim Cat 6A patch cables, and I've heard on the internet that these sometimes mess up with PoE. But I was talking to a guy who I'm actually going to post his. He doesn't have a YouTube channel. He has an Instagram account, but he just posted his lab rack build out, and he does fantastic work. So I'm going to post a video of his work. All credit going to him. But he's deployed thousands of these in the field and never had one actually break. Why not small switch to? I have a PoE injector for APs. I don't think the PoE injectors would give you an issue though. They specifically design those for people who don't have PoE switches, right? I mean, you could try, but I'm having issues with the PoE switch. And the only thing that's actually powering on that where is it? Where's this little switch? I don't even see it here. It's the 60 watt switch. It's just an 8-port switch. But anyway, that's the only thing being powered. And this is still constantly sold out, which is terrible. I want to get my hands on one of these just to do testing with it. I think this would be really good to put in some clients' places. I don't have no, so I got really fed up with it, so I had to do some work for people in Italy and then somebody in the States, and I had about a half hour to get my internet back up and running because I was trying to troubleshoot with the APs, and I'm like, you know what, screw it, I'm plugging in my Cloud Key Gen 2, I'm powering off my UDM Pro, I'm just going to build the network, and then that's it. I noticed that when... I'll bring it... Like, I don't know how I could do this. Maybe a live stream of... I'm trying to think how I could do a live stream of me doing the UDM Pro setup. I probably can because I have another WAN provider. It's basically going to be the same video as my UDM Pro setup, but if you guys want to see it live and then interact with it, it's not going to be... I won't be able to do it today. I have FiOS 1 gig internet. Yeah, so if you have FiOS, sorry, I'm just getting back to his routing question. USG Pro, 1 GB routing with threat. And not everybody wants threat management on, right? Let's just see. Download. I don't know. Threat management, Unifi threat. Does anybody know off the top of their head if the UDM Pro could do gigabit routing with threat management on? Speeds. Oh, the UDM WAN speed is limited to 250. Oh, yeah, or sorry, not the UDM Pro, the USG Pro. Yeah, sorry. So it looks like the USG Pro 4 is limited to 250 meg or 350. I don't know. There's so many different articles out there. You'd have to actually do a lot of speed testing, right? Let's just see. Oh, my video pops up first. USG. It has its some... Okay, here we go. Oh, there's a USG XG. Let's look at that product. Actually, where's my Unifi page? That didn't even show up. You can run both the USB and Cloud Key USG at the same time as long as... So for me, I have a static IP and I only bought one IP, unfortunately. I actually may, for that reason, I may actually get a new... subnet or whatever. I might get 5 IP addresses from my WAN or ISP. I mean, like 500 megabits per second or even 350 is pretty decent for a lot of people and their needs. But if you're paying for a full gig, you're going to want a gig, right? Normal on UDM Pro has been, I was getting up to 800. Just have the UDM Pro on the same LAN. Yeah, that's right. Well, I could have, like, I could make it into like a lab scenario where I'm using my cloud key and then I plug in a switch to my UDM Pro into the WAN and then just make it a private IP address so it's a lab. That's when I'm doing pfsense videos. A lot of the time, that's how I do it. The issue that I have with the UDM Pro doesn't show up on the Unifi app. I can log into the app with my, I do a scan on the network, but nothing is found. I'll have to test that out because I was able to find mine like through Bluetooth, right? 844, yeah, that's true. I didn't do any, maybe I'll do a video on the setup of doing it through your phone because in my video I did it, oops, I'm just getting some emails. I did it all through the computer, obviously. Oops. Just gonna minimize some of these. Another thing I want to try, either with the UDM Pro or my USG, is the WAN failover and the load balancing within it. So if I do the UDM Pro, I have to get a copper SFP, which I believe they sell. Yeah, they do right here. So I'll have to buy one of these because I don't have a fiber connection into my house. So the ISP upstairs, I will plug into the secondary WAN port, and then I'll make it a failover scenario. And then I'll see how quick, like I'll unplug my actual main ISP and see how quick it fails over. Not really getting the speed out of AT&T. 450. It's got a /29 and 5. Wow, that's not bad. I pay, well, I have a static IP, and I pay 120 bucks Canadian. Failover broke in the new update. Great. You can configure port channel on switches Unifi. Yes, you can. So I don't think I have, I won't be able to do it here, but it's fairly easy to do. I notice it breaks sometimes though, but it's called link aggregation, right? So you would just pick your ports, say 16 and, 16 and 17 were in the link aggregation group. You just go down. Oh, you guys can't see that. My face is covering it. Let's start over. So you just click on your switch. You pick whatever ports you want in that lag group, and then you just click on the pencil, and then you aggregate them, and then your port range would be right here. From 12 to whatever, 13 or up to 17. I think you could have 4 at the same time. And then it will auto-negotiate the speed, and then you're good. Sometimes though, with the lag groups, when you're doing the connections between, if you say you're lagging this switch and this switch together, it will completely cut out, right? So you need to put another link in between, a copper or fiber link in between, just a single link, and then one of them will be in the blocking state because of spanning tree protocol, but that's a bug that I've seen, and I don't know if there's any decent fix for it. How many days ago did I have the UDM issues with the UDM before switching back to the USG? So I ran into this issue, I guess it was 2 days ago, maybe. Yeah, it was probably 2 days ago, and I just kind of, I'd only been running it. Let's look at my videos here. I haven't been running it that long. Just trying to find where I did that video. This one right here. Does it say the date? Hey everyone, Cody from MacTel. Okay, so on May 8th, so less than 20 days ago. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to switch back to it. I'm going to give it another try. Right now I'm not using it, right? So I'm not using it just because of the issues that I was having with my APs. And I was trying to do some testing with my APs, so I switched back over to my cloud key. I will be running it full time. Another issue I have with it though is that you could only do single site, right? You can't have like multiple sites, which kind of sucks. Can you do a video on setting up ExpressVPN or another IP hiding behind the servers? I'd like to know. Okay. Michael, I've never done that before. I'm sure it's possible, and it's something I could look into. Let me just copy and paste that. There we go. I'll add that. So I've been having issues with trying to figure out what videos I actually want to release. Lately, I want to do more Unifi stuff, but I don't have like any more Unifi equipment or anything to do on it. Like I could do things like setting up Radius servers, and you know, I was thinking about doing a video on setting like static routes. So between two USGs or whatever. I just don't know. Like I don't know what people would be interested in, right? I've covered a lot of Unifi already. Switch from UDM base to UDM Pro and regular UR. Port forwards work fine, but adding rules and breaks. Yeah, I need to look at your email again and see what you got going on. I have a PBX I need to get access to. Yeah, I'll look at your email and see what's going on. I haven't tested too much with the firewall rules, like, but I do. Like, I don't even have a PBX for my business. I just use my cell phone right now. It works fine, but I'm thinking about getting a PBX because I want to do some videos on like VoIP as well. I just don't know what VoIP system to go with. Would you advise to go to the UDM right now with the issues? It depends, honestly. I mean, if I didn't really try to plug in a different access point, to be fair. So I didn't, like I plugged in one of, I don't even have one sitting here, but I plugged in a UDM, or not UDM, a UAP, which is super old. It didn't work either, but I think I would recommend it based on how much it has inside of it for the price point. Like the price isn't that expensive for it. But if your access points aren't going to work on it, then, you know, that's an issue. Look at GrandStream. So I did a GrandStream course a couple years ago, and, you know, it was decent. I like it. I've been watching Willie Howe. The interface is very nice on it. Do you create profiles or just assign a VLAN to a port? Well, so when you create new networks, let's just see, like this one's in VLAN 20, right? My corporate network or whatever. So you could go to whatever port you want to put in VLAN 20, go to edit, and then it's all a switch port profile, right? So for some reason it's labeled VPN. Anyway, so that would be your VLAN, right? But then again, you could go down and create new switch port profiles. And you could add whatever you want, right? Like test, so your native VLAN's LAN or it's none. And then you could select what VLANs are being trunked within that port. And you could add your voice VLAN if you want as well. Yeah, phone under $100. And my distributor, actually, I don't know how much do they sell it for in Morelco. Let's go look. I'm just going to pull my stuff off to the side. I actually had one of their, what do they call their phone systems? UCS maybe? UCM? We're going to go take a look. Okay. Let's see if I get in there. Do I have the right password in? Okay, my coffee ran out, damn. The new USG X Pro will not have built-in controller. I haven't looked, but I doubt it would. What's going on, Ali? How's it going? Phone is 2170. Let me just look at the product. Whoops, I shouldn't be under that billing page. Phone equipment. Yeelink. I've used some of that stuff. I don't know if I really like it. Yeah, the UCM. I think I had the 6202 a long time ago, and at that point, they were only like $150 Canadian. 2-point enterprise. Like, this is all I would need for a lab environment, though. PRI. Like this Android, their phones, I like the look of them. 2170. Let's see what else they have here. Do they have the 2170? 21. Oh, here it is right here. So they in Canada it's $145, which is probably about 100 US or less. See link? I don't see a link. YouTube might block links. I know there is the new US. Let me just see. I was watching another guy review it, or he didn't really do he didn't review it. He was just going over it. I think it's in the early access store. Please, I followed all steps for remote user VPN and it didn't work on iOS. Never worked. I have a UDM Pro. Ali, I'm going to have to get back to you on that. Maybe I do have videos on the VPNs, but I haven't tried it within the UDM Pro yet. It's on the first page of the Unifi forum. I haven't actually gone to their forums before. UDM Pro, this one? No. What was it? I'll just look it up. Let's see, USG X Pro. USG X Pro. I think I know exactly what you're talking about though. Whoops. Let me Google it. USG X. Security gateway. Okay, it's still saying the 4. I looked at, actually, let's just go look up this other guy's channel. Kitchen top reviews or something like that. Kitchen top reviews. Oh crap, I'm looking in my, there we go. I forget what his name is. Unifi, Google that, okay. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it looks interesting, that's for sure. We're happy to notice here. Towards delivered, okay. Okay, so the processor, so it has two times, so it has SFP plus WAN and LAN. Okay, so that's pretty standard. The RPS DC input. And the colored display. I like the color, I like the displays, the LCD displays, but I found that I don't even touch it. I don't even use it. And multi-site feature. Well, I like the multi-site feature, right? So if I have a couple clients, I could just throw them on here, right? I do have clients, but I've had to push them to the cloud. And maybe I'll do a video on that, how to host clients in the cloud as well. Man. But yeah, I'd like to get my hands on all the Unifi stuff, right? The problem with the Unifi stuff is you only could have one IP address, right? So that's a bit of an issue. But it only has 2 gig. I wonder if you're able to upgrade that though. Yeah, and I wonder why they would go 2 gig RAM. That's it. What does the SG1100 have? SG1100 specs. Oh, it only has 1 gig of RAM on board. In a LAN and UDM Pro. Yeah, so I don't know why their WAN port, their secondary WAN port, I wish you could change that to an actual LAN port as well, but apparently you can't, which kind of sucks. But I don't mind this little SG1100. I haven't worked a lot with it. I had somebody actually comment who needs some help, excuse me, setting up the captive portal. I guess it's not working for him. Whoops, where's my comments? We could go over some of my comments and see what people have. So I get this all the time. I don't know if a lot of you guys play video games at all, but I play occasionally. So I did some port forwarding things for it, but I get these daily, emails daily about it. So I had to start saying that, I need to charge for it. Not that I want to charge, but it does take time. But it's constantly always about the port forwarding for the video games. Great job. Let me just see. Oh, you know what? I probably replied to his comment. Let's take a look. Where is this guy? Ran through the setup. Okay, so he was unable to get to the banner page. I've actually had that happen to me a few times where you can't get to the banner page of the guest captive portal, but it's because I've connected so many times with my phone while testing that you have to forget the network, but apparently it didn't work for him. Oops. See, I don't understand why this is spam. Okay, anyway. Do I need to port forward for the remote VPN? Yes. Yeah. I forget what the ports are. I think they're 500 and 500 and 1500 for the L2TP. Something like that. And another thing with the UDM Pro, you're not going to be able to do the VPN. Let's go here. Oops, I'm going to delete that. You can't do the site-to-site. Whoops, that's not site-to-site anyway. But you can't do site-to-site VPNs because you could only have one site in there, right? You noticed something related to the UDM Pro temperatures. I haven't. I haven't actually taken. I haven't been looking at the temperatures on it. But you can change the fan speed on it if you're finding your temps too high. I haven't actually even gotten any warnings about temperature, and I'm not sure if that's actually alert that they have built in. Maybe I'll go more in depth on the alerting system, because I find that their firewall logs are like pretty crap, and I wish that they had a lot more firewalls, right? Or firewall logs anyway. I don't know why my network's only fair. One device not connected. So my USG is showing provisioning completely, but we're actually on it right now. 54C on AutoFan. UDM Pro string goes orange, but local portal says... Oh, I know why that was provisioning. Never mind. I just deleted the VPN. I would turn up your fan speed. And I don't think 54 Celsius isn't that hot, honestly. I think you could still push it a little bit. I guess a couple other videos I'm going to be doing is, I think I went over this last week. Oh, shit, this cord. I haven't got time to actually do it, so I'm going to be doing a bunch of testing with, I don't know how much you guys care about IP cameras, but about different IP cameras. I have a couple different brands, and I'm going to see which one gives the best quality. This is a Relink. I think it has voice as well, night vision, obviously, but this was under $100. I have this other King Kong camera that it was called. And then I have a couple Unifi cameras now. Let's just see. Other than that, I'm not too sure what I'm going to use. I use Milesite IP cameras, NVR. Let me look that up. I've never heard of them. There's so many different cameras. That's the problem. There's like hundreds of different cameras. Yeah, that's right. Unifi Protect only works with Ubiquiti cameras, which sucks, to be honest. But you know, it is what it is. The problem with that is their cameras are actually pretty expensive. Okay, these don't look. They look decent. I like the style of them. Do they? Their prices. Let's. I don't know if these ones will have prices on them. See, I don't like that. I don't like when companies don't actually show their prices. Let's go to UI.com. Buy. Let's go buy a well, I'm not going to buy a camera, but... So I would like to test this out. The Dome. I just have a few Flexes. I gave one of these away, but I have a few of these. So I'd like to actually test all of them. But look at the price on that. $600 for a G4 Pro camera. Like, that's insane. It is a 4K camera, but these... Oh, you guys can't see them. But these Lorex cameras that I have, they're 4K, and I could buy 8 of them with NVR for $900. Only for... And near... oh, really? Real-Link. I haven't even plugged in the Real-Link yet. I got this off Amazon probably a month and a half ago. Or a month ago, and I just haven't... Because it's going to take a while to actually do that video, because I have to capture so I'm going to do, like, I think there's another YouTuber who did this as well, but so I'm going to capture it from like 20 feet away, 30 feet, you know, to see the clarity, and then you have to do it in day, you have to do it at night, and I have to do it with a bunch of different cameras, so it's going to take a bit of time. Real-Link RLC, let me take a look. Amazon. Is Is that it? No, that's different. That's the 520. 511? Oh, right here. So it doesn't have the real link 5 megapixel high, blah, blah. It doesn't actually show me the price on it, which is fine. 5 megapixel, 4 times optical zoom. Yeah, I want to see how the optical zooms are. I have Hikvision cameras that I need to install. I'm finally going back to these fire halls on actually next Monday to install them. I have 3 fire halls in the library to do to finish them up, and that's going to take me a bit. But I have a PTZ camera that has a 25 times optical zoom. I think I did a video on it a long time ago. Hikvision in Canada, Canada is fine, but I think in the States it's blacklisted for government sites anyway. Put the Rio link on my Synology. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna have to do for that video as well. Like, I have different cameras. I have the Hikvision NVR, I have the Lorex NVR, Synology, but I don't. Well, and then obviously Protect, but I don't know if it works on all of them. Yeah, I saw the viewport. That looks sweet, but it's not available in Canada. So that kind of sucks. I stopped using Hikvision because they shut down buying direct from China. Oh, really? I don't know. I get them from my my distributor. They're not bad cameras, but I mean, they do have issues. But when you guys think about it, a lot of products come from China, right? So I don't install those, the Do-Ha or however you say it, but let's take a look. IP cameras. Whoops. They don't look bad. I mean, I'd try anything if they got sent to me. It's just I can't go buy every single different IP camera. I like the fisheye cameras. Those are cool. 16 HDD enterprise storage. The good thing about the Synology, you could use like almost every camera brand. You have to buy licenses, but whatever. That is what it is. You get 2 free licenses. I don't even know if I wonder if I have it installed. Oops. Yeah, well, you get the 2 free licenses, right? So I'll end up using I'll test some of the cameras out on that, and then I'll, oh, I don't even have it installed right now. Let's see. Camera. There we go. Oh, I do have it installed. Anyway, we'll get to that in a different video. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get to it this week. Let me see. The weather here is supposed to be pretty crappy. Let me see. Yeah, thunderstorms all week long. So I don't know if I'm going to do some cameras. Supposed to go to a client's on Tuesday to install some Lorex cameras, 4 Lorex cameras for his house. So we'll see how that goes. For a Zeus Tornas, I've never looked at that. Let me take a look. Huh, I didn't even know they made NAS. Cool. It's nice, I don't mind the look of it. Proposal, budget, and profit. Yeah, I mean, I could. So these fire halls, I kind of, I bid cheaper than I normally would, like a lot cheaper. When I was doing the quotes, they said if I was under a certain price, I would get the job, and it was kind of my business. It's still a small business, like it's really just me, and then I'll have a contractor help me out. So I wanted to get in with that city, and that was a good stepping stone. So I priced cheaper than I normally would. We quoted this condo building, and the condo building is 60 floors. I was quoting that with my uncle. He owns a communication as well. I mean, I could do that. I know Lawrence Systems has some of it, the same type quoting process, but maybe on my next project I'll do that. Can I reach out to you by email to confirm UDM Pro issues with the disconnect? Yeah, you guys could email me. If it's certain things and you guys need my time, I do have to charge. If it's like a, 10-minute thing, that's fine. Well, yeah, Systems is a lot bigger, right? I love that. I love watching his videos. Him, Crosstalk Solutions, and Willie Howe is like really why I started this channel, and it helps me learn as well doing all this stuff. And it's fun interacting with everybody. Yeah, you could email me. I don't know. Do you have my... Let me just see. I'll throw my email in here. Hopefully that goes through. You watch all... I think everybody... It's like a niche, right? Like a lot of people who watch one person primarily will watch everybody else. I also watch Jeremy Chiara or whatever his name is. I watched him years ago for doing CCNA videos and stuff like that. Oh, just one sec. You need what? They're on probably on top of the fridge. You go look. Okay. I don't have too much longer on here because I have to help somebody in like 19 minutes with, he's actually just setting up his UDM Pro. I don't know if he's in chat right now. Let's take a look. I don't think so. Yeah, you could email, anybody could email me anytime if I get back to you, if it takes longer. Like Jerry, I should have got back to you by now. If that happens again, just send me a reminder email because I get flooded with spam sometimes. But yeah, let me just see. Proposal, budget, and profit. Yeah, that I could do a video on that. I'm just gonna have to wait till my next. Right now it's slow because of the whole COVID thing. Crosstalk Solutions are great channels. Yeah, they're great. Access Reader, what is that? I read the description, but I still don't understand the application. Unifi, you mean like the Unifi Access within the UDM Pro? Oh, let's see, what the heck is this? Okay. Oh, you know, I can't really go over that because it's in early access. I haven't even seen it. You know what, Jay Murray, I'll go over that. I'll look at it and then I'll see what it is. I'm assuming it's just some type of their. It will be like their Access. It will be with their Access product line, right? So it would be for card readers and all that type stuff, which I don't do a lot of. I don't do really any Access stuff. Years ago, I would do the, you know, the T-Rexes, the motions, the door strikes, that type of stuff. But it's just a pain in the butt. But if Unifi gets into it, then I might actually start doing it once they release it. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for this stream. I'm going to try to get more videos out this week. I know it's been slow for the last... I kind of went crazy that 2 weeks ago and released a bunch of videos. And then I haven't released that much lately. I still have, actually, before we leave. I don't know how many people have Raspberry Pis or are interested in it, but I still have this LCD screen that I got to put together. So I'm going to do that, but it actually has quite a few steps that you need to do to get it going. So I'll end up doing that, hopefully this week as well, because I want to get that set up and then actually, you know, use it in real deployments, you know, doing network tests and stuff like that within it and write some scripts for it. But anyway, if you guys have any more questions, just leave them in the comments below when this video is done, or just send me an email directly, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Whoops, now I'm